thought it was my neighbour at first, just knocking, soft, slow, like someone tapping their fingers against wood. 3 knocks, pause, 3 more, at exactly 2:17 in the morning, every single night. At first, I assumed it was coming from outside. Maybe someone at the door, maybe someone messing around. But the more I listened, the more something felt wrong. Because the sound wasn't echoing. It wasn't distant. It was right there. Close. Too close. And then one night, I realized something that made my stomach drop. The knocking was coming from inside my walls. I live alone. Small house. Old, but nothing unusual. When I moved in, everything felt normal. Quiet neighborhood. No strange history that I knew of. Just a typical place to live. And honestly, I liked how quiet it was. But that kind of silence makes certain sounds stand out. The first night it happened, I woke up suddenly. No nightmare. No noise before it. Just that feeling, like something pulled me out of sleep. Then, knock, knock, knock. I remember laying there, staring into the dark, trying to convince myself I imagined it. But then it came again. Same pattern, same spacing. Too precise. I checked my phone. 2:17 a.m. I sat up, listening harder. And that's when I made my first mistake. I got out of bed to check. I went straight to the front door. Opened it. Nothing. No one standing there. No movement outside. No footsteps walking away. Just cold air and silence. I stepped out onto the porch, looking around. Still nothing. The kind of silence that feels heavier than it should. I stood there longer than I should have, waiting for something else to happen. But it didn't. So I went back inside, locked the door, checked the windows. Everything was secure. I told myself it had to be something normal. Old houses make noise, pipes shift, wood expands. That's what I kept repeating in my head until the next night, 2:17 a.m. Knock, knock, knock. Only this time, I didn't move. I just listened. And I realized something I hadn't before. It wasn't coming from the door. The sound was behind me, inside the room. I slowly turned my head toward the wall next to my bed. And then, knock, knock, knock. Right there, inside it. I felt it through the mattress, through the frame. A dull, hollow vibration, like someone tapping from the other side. I froze. Because there's something about that moment, when your brain can't explain what you're hearing, that hits differently. It didn't sound random. It didn't sound natural. It sounded intentional. I got up slowly, walked toward the wall, and put my hand against it. Nothing. Just cold drywall. Then, knock, knock, knock. Directly under my hand. I pulled away instantly. My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it. But I stayed there, staring at the wall, waiting, hoping it wouldn't happen again. But deep down, I knew it would. After that, I stopped sleeping normally. Every night became a countdown, watching the clock, waiting for 2:17, and it never missed. Not once. The pattern started changing. Sometimes it was fast, sometimes uneven, sometimes just one knock, followed by silence, like it was testing something, or learning, or waiting for something. That's when I decided to do something I still regret. I responded. That night, when it started, knock, knock, knock. I hesitated for a second, then knocked back. Same pattern. The silence after that felt longer than anything I've ever experienced. Then, knock, pause, knock, knock. Different. It changed the pattern. It wasn't repeating me. It was answering. That's when I knew this wasn't random. This wasn't the house. This wasn't pipes. So I started writing everything down. Every knock, every pause, every pattern, night after night, trying to make sense of it. And eventually, I started to see it. The patterns weren't random. They were structured, repeating, like a message. It took me hours to figure it out. But when I did, I wish I hadn't. 3 words, over and over, every single night. Let me out. I felt sick. My hands were shaking just looking at it. I stared at the wall, trying to convince myself it wasn't real, that I made a mistake, that it didn't mean anything. But the knocking started again, louder this time, more aggressive, faster, like it knew I understood. And for some reason, I answered. I knocked once, twice, 3 times, then leaned closer to the wall and whispered, "No." The knocking stopped immediately. No delay, no final sound, no slow fade, just silence, complete silence, the kind that feels unnatural, heavy, like the entire house was holding its breath. I stayed there for a long time, just staring at the wall, waiting for something, anything, but nothing came. For the first time since it started, there was nothing. And somehow, that felt worse. Because at least before, I knew where it was. Inside the walls, contained, separated from me. Now, there was just silence, and I didn't know what that meant. I didn't sleep that night, not even for a minute. I sat in bed, lights off, back against the wall across from me, just watching, listening. Every small sound made my heart jump. The house settling, the air moving through the vents. Even my own breathing started to sound too loud. Time moved slower than I've ever felt it. Every minute stretched, every second dragged. I checked my phone over and over again. 2:03, 2:11, 2:14, and then 2:16. I stopped moving. Didn't blink. Didn't even breathe properly. Just waited. 2:17, nothing. No knocking, no vibration, no sound in the walls. I sat there for another minute, then 2, then 5. Still nothing. And slowly, I started to feel something I hadn't felt in days. Relief. Like maybe it was over. Maybe whatever it was gone. Maybe saying no worked. I remember actually exhaling, like my body had been tense for days and was finally letting go. I leaned back slightly, closed my eyes for just a second, and that's when I heard it. Not a knock, not a scratch. Something else. A sound so close, it didn't feel like it came from the walls anymore. It came from behind me, right behind me. So close I could feel it. A breath, warm, slow. And then a voice, soft, barely above a whisper, but clear. Clear enough that I'll never forget it. Then I'll come out instead. I froze. Every muscle in my body locked up. I didn't turn around. I couldn't. Because in that moment, I knew something was no longer inside the walls. It was in the room, with me. I don't remember getting up. I don't remember grabbing my keys. All I remember is being outside, standing in the cold air, trying to process what just happened. I left that same morning. Didn't pack everything. Didn't clean. Didn't explain anything to anyone. I just left. A week later, my landlord called me. I almost didn't answer. But I did. He sounded confused. Like he didn't really know how to ask what he was about to ask. He said, "Hey, did you leave something in the walls?" I told him no. Immediately. Didn't even think about it. There was a pause. A long one. Then he said something that made my stomach drop all over again. "Because the new tenant is hearing knocking." I didn't say anything. I just ended the call. I haven't gone back since. I don't drive past the house. I don't think about it during the day. But sometimes, at exactly 2:17 a.m., I still wake up, no matter where I am, no matter how tired I am. And I don't hear it in the walls anymore. No knocking, no tapping, just silence. And then, that same feeling, like something is standing right behind me, close enough to breathe, waiting. Would you knock back if this happened to you? Leave your answers in the comment section.